Around 2 months ago, if you had asked me this question, Ashwin, what would be your dream phone be under 20,000 rupees? What are the dream specs? I would have listed out some features that were not available under 20k, obviously, like a high refresh rate AMOLED display, a great camera setup, battery life, performance, and despite everything, the form factor must be good. And that's almost what Redmi has managed to do here with the Note 10 Pro Max. When I watched the launch event, I couldn't believe my eyes. How could they possibly give everything? It looked like they didn't just undercut the competition, but destroyed them. But is that really the case? I've been using this for the past 1 month and there's actually one deal breaker. Everything else is unbelievably good. It's perfect, except that one thing. We'll talk about it. My name is Ashwin Sundar. This is Technology Jog. And if you find this video useful, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. So that one deal breaker is the software. The user experience is just not great. Okay, actually, it sucks. Let's not sugarcoat anything here. Now, if you've watched any of my other Redmi phone reviews, I've only praised MIUI for how feature-packed and how smooth and snappy it was. But this, it's running on MIUI 12.0.10 based on Android 11. It's just so broken. There are many annoying bugs, either in visuals or animations. Even functionally speaking, there are quite a few imperfections. Let's begin with the notification panel. I'm sure you can notice the weird indentation here. The profile picture is too close to the WhatsApp icon. It's uncomfortably close, doesn't look good. And look at where that reply option is. Looks awful. And now look what happens if you tap on reply. Sometimes it works fine, as you can see here, but more often than not, this is how it is. And the notifications from the app are not in consolidated form. Seems like the notifications don't follow any proper rule, and it's annoying. And sometimes the sender's name is displayed incorrectly. Like I said, the entire notification system is messed up, needs to be fixed. I'm not sure why it hasn't happened yet. It's been over a month and a half since the first sale. And while MIUI's dark mode works great, the forced dark mode is buggy. Like for example, Swiggy doesn't officially have a dark mode as far as I know, but when you turn on MIUI's dark mode in settings, by default it's enabled for all the apps, even those that do not officially support dark mode like Swiggy. Now, adding to this list of annoyances, whenever you hit the share button anywhere, there is no option to copy to clipboard. I mean, it's just super basic. And one more thing, this MIUI is gorgeous visually. The colors pop thanks to the AMOLED display, dark mode helps too, and the animations are beautiful. However, the animations are not very smooth. Even while doing something as simple as opening an app and closing an app, you can notice some stutters. I feel Xiaomi tried to over-deliver in this aspect because the animations don't have to be this fancy. Look at the animation when I try to access the camera from the lock screen. It's really nice, right? Now see what happens when I close it. There's a bit of a stutter there, a black screen flashing, kind of like a flicker. And speaking of camera, once again the UI looks good, but functionally speaking, not great. Several different modes all over the place. You want the 108 megapixel mode, you tap more. You want to click a macro photo, come back to the photo mode, then tap the hamburger menu at the top and select super macro. Again, if you want to switch to night mode, tap more. Of course, the order of these modes can be changed by tapping here, but still it's not a great default layout. And moreover, these cannot be rearranged. To top it off, the fingerprint scanner is also very finicky. I don't know why. Initially it was fine, I think, but in the past 1 month it's been annoying. 7 out of 10 times it doesn't unlock. I had to try multiple times or just unlock using the pattern. So overall, a below average user experience. Now this is why I don't rush into making reviews. I take my own sweet time to really get to know the phone. If I review a device after using it for like 4 or 5 days, there is no way for me to really know about all the issues that may crop up later. And this also means we are giving the brand ample time to fix any issue and roll out a software update. In my reviews, I don't have to say something like, this brand will probably fix this via software update or anything. It's been 1.5 months, it's not been done yet. Now, this really sucks because everything else about this phone is amazing. This is really a dream phone for anybody with a budget of 20,000 rupees, I'm telling you. The display is beautiful, hands down the best under 20,000 rupees. I heard about some flickering issue, but so far I didn't notice anything. It's just been perfect. Gets super bright, way brighter than any other phone in this price segment. But of course, don't expect it to beat flagship phones, even though the specs might lead you to think so. Here's a complete breakdown of the display brightness topic. I literally measured the brightness of multiple phones and gave a detailed report. Do watch it. But yeah, it's still easily the best display in this price segment. Period. 120Hz refresh rate. There's barely any phone under 30,000 that offers both AMOLED as well as 120Hz refresh rate. Kudos to Xiaomi for somehow pulling this off. The camera performance is the best in this segment too. I did a detailed camera comparison between this and the Realme 8 Pro. You can watch it here, and the Note 10 Pro Max just killed it. Be it the main camera or the ultra-wide camera, be it in good lighting or poor lighting, be it landscape photography or portrait photography or macro, there's very little to complain about. So, camera performance is fantastic. You'll be very happy with it. That is, if you're okay with that average camera UI. The Moto G60 also comes with a good camera setup, but Moto's image processing has not been that good lately. Anyway, I'll update you if I get to test it out. It's definitely hard to beat the Note 10 Pro Max though. What about performance? Not the best in segment, but still quite solid. I just mentioned the G60, that also comes with the same chip. The Poco X3 from last year also had the same chip, and we all know how the Poco X3 fared in terms of performance or gaming. And that's the case with the Note 10 Pro Max as well. Handles everything quite well. Gaming is great, Call of Duty Mobile runs perfectly fine, no stutter or lag. The 240Hz touch sampling rate also helps a lot in some games like Glow Hockey. I know nobody plays it these days, but just saying. PUBG at the highest graphic settings and frame rates slightly struggles, as in the performance is fine, but there is some mild heating. Not like the Poco X3 Pro, which gets extremely hot. Here's the gaming review if you haven't watched it yet. And RAM management was not up to the mark, needs some work. It couldn't even keep 7 or 8 apps open in the background. I mean, it doesn't reload the apps from scratch, which is a good thing, but it takes a bit of time to open them. And some heavy games do reload from scratch. Still, overall, I think, I'm happy with the performance. The 732G chip is quite efficient too. The battery life is great. It's a 5020 mAh battery at 60 Hz. On medium to heavy usage, at the end of the day, there was still over 40% charge left, despite 6 hours screen on time, which is really good, right? But to be honest, that was the first day and the only day I used the phone at 60 Hz. After that, I switched to 120 Hz permanently, and at 120 Hz, even on moderately heavy usage, like on this day, I used Twitter Spaces a lot. I went live on Instagram. I used Maps for about half an hour. My mobile data and location were enabled. Also some browsing, YouTube, Spotify, etc. And the phone easily lasted one whole day. 12% charge left even after 7 hours screen on time. With slightly more conservative usage, it will last around 1.5 days on a single charge at 120 Hz refresh rate. To know how the battery life is compared to other phones in this segment, check this out. It's a battery drain test between 8 phones. MIUI's battery management has always been quite good, so I'm glad it didn't get messed up like the other things. Charging speeds are okay, nothing extraordinary, but it's fine. Takes around 75 minutes to go from 0 to 100. Here's a charging test between those 8 phones. Do check it out. Now, more than all these amazing features, what really impressed me is the build and design, specifically the form factor. It's a huge phone for sure, but it's surprisingly thin and light, just 8.1 millimeters thick and 192 grams heavy. A lot of us were unhappy with the Poco X3's form factor, and these days it's kind of become like that because Brands find it difficult to offer so many good features and on top of that offer a decent form factor. A lot of research and development is required on the design side, so Redmi definitely deserves a lot of appreciation here. It looks good too. I like the black variant a lot. The build quality is also great. Gorilla Glass 5 on the front. It's IP53 certified, which means some very mild protection against water. Anyway, I've been using this case which comes with the phone and it's quite good. Matte finish and it's quite protective as well. You have stereo speakers, which is now kind of common for Xiaomi phones. Even the 11,000 rupee Poco M3 has it. The earpiece is also okay. Before this, I was using the OnePlus 8 Pro for a while, so when I switched to this, I could notice a difference, but it's something you get used to, not a big deal. Call quality via Bluetooth earbuds is also great, even audio quality in general. Solid connection, faced no issues. When it comes to Wi-Fi though, there was a bit of a problem. When I go to a dead spot, as in where there is no Wi-Fi signal, the Wi-Fi gets disconnected, obviously. But when I come back, it takes a bit of time to reconnect. And speeds were also not great compared to some other phones in this segment. I have a super fast internet connection, so it wasn't a big deal for me. But if you have, say, a 2 Mbps connection, and if you're like 10 feet and a couple of walls away from the router, it might get annoying, frustrating. So I guess it still just boils down to one thing, whether you can put up with that software or not. It can be considered a deal breaker for all those of you who value software experience, user experience. But even then, when you look at the big picture, no other phone offers even 70% of what this phone is when it comes to the hardware and other features. This has definitely set a new benchmark. Even the Moto G60, which the tech community has very good initial impressions about, lags behind when it comes to certain things. It has an LCD display and it's much thicker and heavier. Yes, it has a larger battery as well, but the charging is slower. One clear plus point is that the Moto uses almost stock Android. So it really boils down to what matters to you. If you think you can put up with MIUI on this phone, just go ahead and buy it. It's hands down the best phone under 20K. And cross your fingers and hope that they fix these issues in a software update. Although honestly, I don't think they will. But if you really want a better software experience, then you would have to let go of certain other important features like AMOLED, 120 Hz refresh rate, the super nice form factor, the amazing camera performance. You definitely won't get all of these in a single phone. So, hope you found this review useful. Let me know by hitting the like button and subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye and take care.